She is said to be the most powerful woman in fashion, and she does nothing to dispel that belief.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the standout moments in which Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour reshaped fashion and pop culture as we know it.
What Vogue did, and what the supermodels did in the pages of Vogue, is that they trained a generation of celebrities to want to be supermodels.
Number 10. Setting accessible trends. One of Wintour's most groundbreaking changes at Vogue was acknowledging that most people don't leave the house looking like they just stepped off a runway.
We don't want to give up completely the dream and the fantasy, but I also feel like we need to have a sense of being more grounded.
She understood that her readers still wanted to look good, but for the most part, their wardrobes probably were not overflowing with the most luxurious labels on the market. So she blended designer pieces with clothes that made sense for real life.
Everything on the runway is grounded today. It's grounded by a cowboy boot or a flat sandal.
Suddenly, flipping through Vogue didn't feel like peering into some unreachable fashion fantasy. It felt personal, relatable, stylish, and wearable. Wintour wasn't just making fashion more affordable. She showed that great style comes from how you wear something, not how much it costs.
It's great to have a basic sweater, a basic pant or a skirt, a basic coat, maybe a shoe that you just love, whether it's a sneaker or a flat or whatever it may be. But also very important to have one piece that is really fun and different and just makes you feel great about yourself.
Number 9. A fashion trailblazer. You're probably thinking, yeah, no duh, but stick with us. Plenty of designers owe at least part of their rise to Wintour.
Oh my goodness, in all my success, without her support, I certainly wouldn't be at the House of Dior today.
She's the one who reportedly helped a fresh-faced John Galliano get his foot in the door at Dior, gave Thom Browne a leg up with the Brooks brothers, and continuously championed names like Alexander McQueen and Marc Jacobs on their way up to household-level chic. She even launched the Vogue Fashion Fund to give up-and-comers a fighting chance in an industry that eats its young.
She does even more. She helps choose the next generation of designers. For example, this young man, Alexander Wang.
Her taste doesn't just influence style, it creates it. Like it or not, when Wintour speaks, the fashion world listens.
In the end, those gentlemen are very capable of making up their own minds.
But they have the remarkable habit of going along with your ideas.
Well, we can only point them in that direction.
Number 8. Bobbing into animation. Trends come and go, but Anna Wintour's bob is practically untouchable. She's reportedly been sporting it since her teen years, and honestly, it's hard to picture her without it.
The one time I tried to change it was a disaster. I had to wear a hat for several months, so I'm way too anxious and too lazy to try it again.
So when a certain animated fashion maven shows up with a similar do, it doesn't take a style historian to guess the inspiration. Yup. Edna Mode from the Incredibles franchise is said to be inspired by a few icons, but the Wintour energy is strong.
You know, it is not the same at all.
Weren't you just in the news, some show in Prague?
Milan, darling, Milan.
She's poised, powerful, and absolutely not here for your nonsense. And really, if you're designing for superheroes, wouldn't you want the best of the best? We just wonder how she feels about capes, darling.
It will be bold, dramatic,
Yeah.
heroic.
Yeah, something classic, like Dyna Guy. Oh, he had a great look. Oh, the cape and the boots.
No capes.
Number 7. Finding the political fashion intersection. Wintour is not only the influential leader of Vogue, she also believes that fashion can be a powerful political force.
Then you have great designers who are thinking much more about fashion in a cultural context or a political context or in some kind of reflection of the world that we're living.
She's used the magazine's massive platform to bring politics and style together in a way that feels relevant and impactful. Featuring figures like Michelle Obama, Kamala Harris, Dr. Jill Biden, and Olena Zelenska on Vogue's covers, she's highlighted important stories that reach beyond just fashion fans.
These two wonderful women and I are hosting a dinner along with the president in New York City to benefit the Obama campaign on June the 14th. It'll be a fantastic evening and you can join us.
During the height of the Black Lives Matter movement in 2020, Wintour didn't shy away from Vogue's past shortcomings. She owned them and backed plans for change with meaningful action. For Wintour, fashion isn't just about looks, it's about shaping culture and sparking change.
Wintour acknowledges there are far too few black employees at the company, saying it can't be easy to be a black employee at Vogue. Anna also adds that she's ready to listen to what her employees have to say, whether it's feedback or advice, and promises to do better.
Number 6, making waves with her first cover. Remember when we said Wintour made fashion less like an exclusive VIP-only club?
So Vogue definitely still has a huge gravitas and cultural weight, and Anna is a big part of that and why it's been able to, retain that relevance.
She made that splash with her first, splash. Instead of the usual head-to-toe designer fantasy on a plain white backdrop, she put model Michaela Berco in the real world wearing a luxe Christian Lacroix jacket with Guess stonewashed jeans. A first for Vogue.
נורא החמיא לי, אני זוכרת שהשער הזה של ווג הרי הוא לא תוכנן להיות שער, והצלם אמר לי, תקשיבי, רק עוד 20 שנה את תפנימי איזה דבר גדול קרה פה.
Berco wasn't staring blankly into the camera with a frozen pout. Rather, with hair blowing, looking elsewhere and smiling, this felt candid and relatable. It was such a detour that the printers thought it was a mistake. But nope, Wintour just launched the era of the real cost of looking good, and she's never looked back.
It's a group of people coming together and presenting ideas from which I pick what I think is the best mix for each particular issue, but in the end, the final decision has to be mine.
Number 5, a musical muse. Wintour's influence isn't just stitched into the fabric of fashion, but woven into the music biz too.
When I'm sitting with Anna, I'm really sitting with Anna. Ain't a metaphor punchline, I'm really sitting with Anna.
She's name-dropped in hits like Jay-Z and Alicia Keys' Empire State of Mind, Nicki Minaj's Come On a Cone and Mooney, and Childish Gambino's New Prince.
2 of your chains equals 1 of my shirts, sir. You got Jacob Jeweler, I got Anna Wintour.
In 2018, Azalea Banks even dropped a track called Anna Wintour, calling her, quote, a strong, powerful, and larger-than-life soul, and saying, quote, I see a woman who was born into this world with an absolute certainty about her place in it.
Bob, sleek, chic, petite, I fin those. In Vogue, I do what you can't know. I'm runway, you know they a sideshow.
It's no surprise that Wintour's name has become the ultimate power flex. It's become practically synonymous with letting everyone know that you're playing in the big leagues.
Diamonds and dreams come true for girls like me.
Number 4, revolutionizing the September issue. If you consider yourself even a little fashion-forward, you know the September issue is basically the style world's Super Bowl.
When we put out the September issue of Vogue, the first thing the reporters usually ask us is how much does it weigh and how many pages? 1 in 10 American women, almost 13 million people, will get that issue.
It launches the fall fashion season when new trends and designer collections showcase their stuff, and advertisers throw down big bucks for a slot. Wintour pulls back the curtains on it all in a way that would make even those who can't tell turquoise from lapis or cerulean care.
You like to put on a beautiful Carolina Herrera dress or a, pair of J-brand blue jeans that, instead of something basic from Kmart, it doesn't mean that you're a dumb person.
With creative director Grace Coddington and a whole crew of designers, models, and photographers, she turns what could be a stiff, boring process into a real human story. It really makes you appreciate why it takes a whole village to bring it all together.
We are 100 pages up in what issue?
I better go finish it.
Me too.
Number 3, ushering in the age of celebrity. Switching up Vogue's covers wasn't the only game-changing move Wintour made. While she definitely helped catapult supermodels into the spotlight, she did even more by moving us past that era.
She really took the magazine from traditionally putting models on the cover to putting celebrities on the cover, which is something now we see, basically every fashion magazine does. She was the one who really set the standard there.
She expanded Vogue's reach beyond the fashion crowd by putting actors, musicians, politicians, or even athletes on the cover. You might not know Marc Jacobs, but you know Madonna. Dior might not be your thing, but Diana? Oh yeah. Salvatore Ferragamo who? But Serena Williams for sure.
And that's what this was about. It was about fitness, friendship, and forgiveness, and a really cool first Vogue cover. I have this in my office, framed really big on my wall. I love this image of me. It's so fresh.
Her choices were about more than just style. They created cultural moments with serious impact. We won't say Wintour invented celebrity culture, but she sure helped build the bridge that got us there.
The evolution for Vogue to putting celebrities on its covers has been because of Anna. She was ahead of the curve to appreciate the fact that celebrity culture became overwhelming.
Number 2, The Devil Wears Sunglasses. A British high-powered fashionista who bosses her job and has the fashion industry wrapped around her little finger sounds suspiciously familiar.
So because she pursed her lips, he's going to change his entire collection?
You still don't get it, do you? Her opinion is the only one that matters.
Author Lauren Weisberger was, after all, Anna Wintour's assistant once upon a time. She's insisted the character isn't a straight copy and paste, but a blend of shared stories between her and her friends.
That blue represents millions of dollars and countless jobs. And it's sort of comical how you think that you've made a choice that exempts you from the fashion industry when in fact you're wearing a sweater that was selected for you by the people in this room from a pile of stuff.
For the film, Meryl Streep claimed she didn't set out to impersonate Wintour directly, though the ever-present sunglasses used to keep the world at arm's length feel like a pointed nod.
They help me see, and they help me not see, and they help me be seen and not be seen, so they're a prop.
Even Wintour's daughter reportedly couldn't deny the resemblance. Wintour herself seemingly had mixed feelings, but she still showed up to the film's premiere, in Prada, and the West End musical's opening. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Met Gala. Before Wintour, the Met Gala was a quiet little shindig for fashion insiders and New York's social elite.
Of course, the Met Gala, she took that from a rather, quiet museum fundraiser that was really just a society event and turned it into one of the most talked about events in the world.
Then she blew the doors wide open, inviting Hollywood stars, music legends, athletes, and even politicians. Themes weren't her invention, but her twists pushed designers to think bigger, creating looks that break the internet and spark memes.
Everyone's saying Lady Gaga is going to be the most memeable arrival, so I'm just ready for the memes. Speaking of Gaga, we just got a hot tip that she's showing up with extreme major gold lashes that were handmade by her makeup artist. So yeah, trying to investigate that.
She manages every detail, guest lists, seating charts, and anything else you can think of, and probably some things we wouldn't even consider. What started as a low-key fundraiser turned into a headline-stealing, trend-setting cultural phenomenon. If the September issue is the Super Bowl, the Met Gala is the Super Bowl halftime show, Olympics, and every award show rolled into one.
What was your favorite Met Gala theme of all time?
Always, always the next one.
What do you think is Wintour's biggest legacy? Let us know in the comments.
She is one of the last editors of sort of this great era of magazine publishing.